So come onto your mat and close your eyes for a minute and take a few deep grounding breaths. And as you breathe, just notice, observe how that feels. Just really tap into how the breath feels coming in the nose, going down the throat, filling up the lungs. Just that internal piece of it. And then turn your attention to how your chest expands with each breath. And observe that for a few breaths. I've been doing a little Ayurveda challenge this week, and much of Ayurveda really focuses on being present. And it can be really hard for some of us, especially the monkey mind people like myself, to really be present in the moment. And so some of this helps to just tap into how you're actually feeling, to pause in your day. So then bring your attention to literally just your skin, any exposed skin or just the skin, how it feels in your clothing. Just observe from the crown of your head down through your body. And then bring that attention a little further into all the muscles in your body. Just do a little scan. Notice how they feel. Maybe bring a little movement into it and just notice, is anything feeling stiff this morning? Anything feeling really supple and wonderful? And then bring that attention a little further into noticing your joints. Noticing if anything is giving you a little message of it needs a little more tenderness today, or is it just feeling fantastic? And try to draw your attention down into your heart center as you're breathing. See if you can tap into that heartbeat. And then let that attention draw down lower into your belly, your stomach and your intestines where you're digesting. And just notice if you feel any sensations at the moment. And then draw your attention outward into the room and notice any sounds. Maybe those sounds are within the room, or maybe they're outside of the room if there's someone or an animal outside your room. And then see if you can reach with your hearing a little further out. Can you hear things outside of the room you're in or the home you're in? And bring your attention also to any smells. Do you notice any smells particular this morning? And then just start to flow with your breath. Inhaling forward, lifting the gaze, exhaling, coming back. And as you move, try to really focus instead of what's coming after you get off your mat, just how is your body feeling as you do these movements? Really allowing yourself to be present. You can bring your attention to your outer layer, the skin, or the muscles, or the joints as you move. Just notice that and observe it. And as you come forward, circle to one side and come back. And again, just notice how this shifts in the body. You may want to do this part keeping your eyes closed still, but it's your choice. If you want to open them, you can. Notice the muscles in your core that work as you come forward and back, supporting the spine. And as you come forward this next time, pause and then reverse your direction. Circle one more time and then come straight up tall. Take a nice big inhale and hold the breath for a moment. Draw up the root lock. Exhale, release the breath. One more nice inhale. And then release it and observe, bring your attention to your spine. Just notice any sensations within the spine. Just see how that feels, really connecting it. And then take your hands, find that K27 point. So find the collarbones, drop it down 1 inch and do some tapping. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. And you decide how firm or gentle to tap here. Waking up the T cells in our body, or excuse me, getting all the energy flowing in our body with the K27 point is connecting, getting all the meridian energy moving in the right direction. Shake it out. Now we'll wake up the T cells, tapping on our thymus gland, on the sternum. One hand there. Nice big breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Feel that sensation of that tapping. Just notice the vibration as it goes through the chest. Bring your attention to that. Shake it out. And then bring your attention to the sides of your ribs, tapping here. They're using the fingers or your knuckles. And notice how, see if you can keep that, have that be synchronized. You might have your hands might alternate, but see if you can synchronize that tapping and feel it going through the entire rib cage. One more breath here. And as you exhale, release that and bring the fingers under the eyes, tapping here. Close the eyes and feel that sensation, that grounding through the stomach point, beginning point of the stomach meridian, which helps us to feel grounded and stable. And then bring the tapping all around the eye socket and up over around the brow to the bridge of the nose and then back down. Just pause for a moment with your palms up. And again, pay attention. Do you feel any sensations from that tapping in your fingers in the areas you tapped? And then open the eyes and tap the same hand to the same knee. Or maybe you want to close it and just see how it feels to tap with your eyes closed. Brush it off and cross it over. Give that a try with your eyes closed. Can you tap the knee without looking at it? One more big breath here. Shake out the hands. Bring the hands one over the other in front of the pubic bone. Sit up tall and set an intention to pause in your day a few times to just observe and tap into your senses. Inhale, draw the hands up. Exhale them out. Do that 2 more breaths. The more we tap into our senses, the more we can tap into our true self and how we're feeling and our emotions and respond accordingly. Bring one finger on the belly button, one on the third eye. Gently press in, slightly up. 3 breaths here. And then release the hands on the lap. Take a nice full breath on your exhale. You can move into your tabletop. And with the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, let yourself flow with your breath. Inhale, let the belly drop, lift the gaze. And then see if you can go from one end of the spine to the other. So tuck the chin and then around the backs. And then when you get down to the tailbones all tucked, let the inhale come in, lift the tailbone, and let the wave roll up the spine. So see if you can, instead of doing from both ends at the same time, see if you can make it flow. A wave going up and down the spine. You kind of have to think a little bit more about the movement. Get more into the body doing it that way. And when we take the time to really connect into the body this way, it helps distract the mind and kind of gives us a little break, a little vacation. Do that one more time. And then come to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes. And on your exhale, lift the hips high, come into your first downward dog. And ground down through the hands, draw the shoulders down your back, let the neck relax, really lift the sit bones. And have some bend in the knee at first. You can really find length here. And then on your next inhale, tuck the tailbone and round the spine forward, lengthen through the crown of the head, and hold in your plank. And then as you exhale, round it back, lifting the sit bones. So make it kind of a little bit of a wave as you roll forward and lengthen the head, draw the shoulders down your back, and you're going to flow at your own pace. Then tuck the chin and lift up. So see if you can keep that wave going on the spine as you're moving from your tabletop to your downward dog. Just let your breath lengthen you as you come into your plank. And then as you exhale, lengthen through the sit bones. Flow through that one more time. Meeting in your plank, come forward on the inhale. And then keep the elbows in, exhale, lower down to your mat. Feel free to lower the knees first, then the torso. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Let your forehead come onto the mat, tone the belly, and lengthen the tailbone. And on your inhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders, push it in the mat, but draw the hands back towards the hips. And then exhale, lower yourself down. Flow with the breath again. Imagine that wave lifting up. Notice how it feels to lift up on the inhale and then roll down on the spine. You still want to keep the belly toned the whole time, even though you're inhaling on the lift to protecting that low back. And maybe you'll find that each time you want to come a little bit higher, but maybe not. Maybe you want to stay in a low cobra. But as you come up, think of drawing the hands back instead of pushing them away. Notice the difference in how that feels. Maybe for one cobra, push the hands away. Notice how that feels a little more tense on the back. And then draw the hands back towards the hips as you lift yourself up. Do that one more time. And lower down, tuck the toes, push the hips high, come into your downward dog. Draw the shoulders down your back, lift the sit bones here. Notice how your arms feel right now after those cobras. Bring your attention to that. See if you feel any fatigue in the muscles or anything. Pedal out the heels, lift and lower the heels. Do it nice and slowly so you can really feel the calf muscles stretch. And then look forward to your hands and walk your feet forward. Ground down your feet. Close your eyes and feel how your entire foot on the mat, the heel, the toes, the ball of the feet, connect with that. Bring the hands to the inside of your big toe. And as you inhale, trace up spleen. Draw the fingers to the ankle bone, up the inner aspect of the calf and the thigh, to the hip point, up over the armpit and to the spleen point. And just pause for a moment. Just notice how they feel grounded down here. Inhale, reach up, take your right hand, grab your left wrist and reach over to the side. Keep that left foot grounded and take a big breath into the rib cage here. And then on the next exhale, let your shoulder roll forward a little bit and take a big breath into the back upper part of your rib cage behind the shoulder blade. And then inhale over and exhale, let yourself come back a little, look up to the inside of your elbow and breathe into the upper part of your chest. And then come to the side, bend again, stacking the shoulders. Full breath here. And then inhale up, switch your grip. Ground down with that right foot and draw your hand over. Take a big breath here into the right side of the rib cage. And then on your next exhale, let that shoulder round forward. You're still in the side bend, but breathe deeply into the back of the right shoulder blade. And then as you inhale, stack the shoulders, And exhale, draw the elbow back a little, look up under the elbow. Take a big breath into the right side of your upper chest, under the pectoral muscle. And then stack yourself again sideways. Draw that hand long. Take a big breath. And then inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Weave the hands down. Bend the knees a little bit. Push into the mat. Inhale, draw them up. And just float. Weaving down on the exhale. Let the head bow down. And then inhale up. Flow with your breath. Observe how the knees feel, how the hips feel. Try to make it a nice fluid movement. Almost like a type of dance. And then this time as you forward fold, bring the hands on to the mat. And then inhale, come up to a flat back. Maybe you want to bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take the right leg back into a lunge. Lower the knee onto the mat. Tone the belly. Inhale, rise up. Reach here, spread the fingers really wide. Flick each finger off your thumb. And then exhale, draw the left arm back and then kind of alternate. So as if you're doing a backstroke. Tone the belly. Bring your attention to just how the shoulder movement moves the rib cage, moves the lower core, and then draw it down through, bring your attention to your legs, how that changes as the movement and your feet, your foot grounding on the mat to keep you stable here. Inhale, both arms up, and then exhale, twist to the left, left hand on the hip, right hand on the knee, look over your shoulder. Take a big breath here, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then just gently explore. Is there a little more depth in the twist? And then inhale, arms up, exhale, hands on the mat. Tuck the back toe, step back to downward dog. Take a full breath here in your downward dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Draw the elbows back. Inhale, cobra. See if you come up a little higher. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips high, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg straight behind you. Exhale, drop forward to lunge. Inhale, the left leg forward, ground down the feet, let the head come towards the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, bring the hands to the inside of the big toes, and then trace up spleen, draw it to the ankle bones, inner leg, up over the armpit to the spleen point. Nice. Inhale up, exhale, weave the hands down, bend the knees a little, and then inhale, draw it up. Flow with the breath. Try it, maybe closed eyes, see how that feels, if your balance feels okay there. And just allow yourself to be really fluid, especially in the spine. One more time through. And then this time, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to flat back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, step the left leg back into a lunge, lower the knee on the mat. Tone the belly, ground down with the front foot. Inhale, rise up. Circle the hands. Notice how the wrist feels. Tap into that. And then tap into the finger flicks. And then take the right arm back and the left arm back. Alternately, like you're doing the backstroke. Try to just observe how the lower body keeps adjusting as the arms and the shoulders and the upper body move to keep that balance. Amazing how our nervous system helps to counterbalance our movement, integrating all the body, the muscles, the joints, everything. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand on the hip, left hand on the knee, look over the shoulder. Take a big inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. On the exhale, see if there's a little more depth in the twist. And then inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands on the mat. Tuck the back toes, step back to downward dog. Take a full round of breath here. Really lengthen through the tailbone. And then on the next inhale, roll forward into your plank. Exhale, lower to the mat. Point the toes, draw the belly in. Inhale, rise up, draw the hands back towards the hips. Maybe you want to come all the way up to up dog. You decide, take a big breath here, draw the shoulders down the back. And then on your next exhale, tuck the toes, hip side, downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg straight behind you, and exhale, drop forward to a lunge. Inhale, the right leg forward, ground down the feet. Let the head come towards the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, trace up spleen. Nice. Inhale, arms up. Ground the feet down. Exhale, bring the hands to the low back, fingertips pointing down. Draw the belly in, bring the elbows together. Take a nice big breath into the heart center as you lean back into the hands. Lengthen through the crown of the head. See if you can let the hips come a little more forward by toning the belly, and let the shoulders and the head come back a little bit more, but keep a long neck. And then on the next inhale, rise up, arms up overhead. Exhale, weave the hands down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back and lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, take the right leg back behind you, ground down the feet. Inhale, rise up into your high lunge. Find that positioning so you're on the ball of the right foot and the left knee is over the ankle. Draw the feet together, and then exhale, just reach out over that front leg. Holding here like you're handing something to someone over a stream or across, like you're on a dock, reaching. And just feel what's going on in that left leg. Breathe into it here. Try to keep the hips level. Keep the arms out. Notice what's going on in the arms. How do the arms feel as you're holding here in this pose? Notice what happens with your face and your throat as it builds the tension in the leg. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, open up into your warrior two. Breathing here. And then on your next exhale, take both arms and lean over that front leg, keeping the shoulders stacked. Again, bring your attention to that left thigh. Notice how the extra weight of your body leaning in puts a little more strain on that. And then inhale, come up. And then notice the release as you stretch that front leg. Lengthen through the crown of the head, turn the knee towards the toes, reach out over your front leg and bring your left hand onto the shin or the ankle or a block. Raise the right arm up and draw the shoulder blades down your back and lengthen through the crown of your head. Breathing here. Now take your right arm and reach it forward. You keep your shoulders stacked, but you reach forward and notice the stretch on the right side of the body as it opens up. And then bend the front knee and pinwheel the hands down onto the mat. Step back to downward dog. Come into the downward dog, bend the knees first, and then lengthen the legs a little and observe the difference between the left and the right side. Inhale, come forward to your plank. Tone the belly, hold here. Exhale, back. Inhale, lift the right leg straight behind you. Try to level the hips here. Ground down with the hands, try to have the weight even. Let your knee come up to the sky. So bend your knee, let your foot come towards your bottom. Lift the knee up, but as you do, try to level the shoulders still. Breathe in here. The three-legged dog. And then come square the hips to the mat, reach that foot straight out. And then on your next exhale, shift forward, bring the knee to the elbow. Inhale, reach it back. Nice big breath. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Stay on the outer side of it. Inhale back. Exhale, knee to the elbow. Inhale back. Three-legged dog. You have the option to lower the foot down or keep it up as you shift the shoulders forward into your plank and lower down to the mat. Point the toes, draw the belly in. Inhale, cobra or up dog, your choice. And then exhale, tuck the toes, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg straight behind you. Exhale, drop forward to a lunge. Inhale, the left leg forward, ground down the feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, trace up spleen. Exhale. Round the feet down. Inhale, rise up. This time, exhale, sit back to Utkatasana. Chair pose. Make sure you can see the toes in front of the knees. Tone the belly, lengthen the tailbone. Notice if it was crunchy, feeling crunchy back there. Kind of lengthen it out. Keep the chest high. Observe your contact with the mat. Is it all the weight in the heels, or can you feel the balls of the feet and the toes pressing into the mat too? But it's probably going to feel more weight in the heels. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, fourfold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, step the left leg back into lunge. Draw the feet together. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. Circle those wrists again. Flick the fingers. And then exhale, lean over that front leg. Try to keep the hips squared. Reach through the back heel. Keep breathing here. Really stretch the fingers instead of letting the fingers be slack. Reach them out. And observe the right leg. Breathing here. Staying strong with the body. Then inhale, rise up, open up into your warrior two. Bend in the right knee. Notice your stance. The arch of the back foot and the heel of the front foot are in line. And then keeping the shoulders stacked, reach both arms over that front leg. You're leaning in sideways, breathing here. It may be hard not to, but bring your attention to that right leg. Just see how that feels. Breathe here. Notice how that effort in the leg may transfer to parts of the body. Notice if your breathing quickens or your face tenses or your throat. And then inhale, come up, straighten the front leg and feel that release in the hip. Let the hip shift back as the knee turns towards the toes. Reach forward over that front leg. Bring the right hand onto the shin or the ankle or the floor or block. Reach up with the top arm. Tone the belly and lengthen your head away from the hips. And then take your top arm, that left hand, stacking it over your head, reach to the front of your mat. So you're bringing the arm more parallel to the mat. Breathing here. And then pinwheel the hand down onto the mat. Step back to downward dog. Bend the knees and really lengthen the tailbone at first and take a big breath. Then you can lengthen the back of the legs. Observe. See if it feels a little more balanced. Inhale, lift the left leg straight behind you. And then bend the knee, let the knee come up to the sky. Open up the hips here. As you do, try to keep those shoulders parallel to the mat. Come back to three-legged dog with the legs stacked, or the hips at level, and reaching through the heel. And then on your exhale, tone the belly, bring your knee to the outer elbow. Inhale, push it back. Exhale, knee, outer elbow. Inhale, back. One more time, tone the belly, bring that knee in. Inhale, back. You can lower that foot if you like into your downward dog, or you can shift the shoulders forward with a three-legged plank and then lower down to chaturanga. And then inhale up to cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. And then on your exhale, lower the knees and come back into balasana, child's pose. Let your head come down onto the mat. If your head doesn't want to come onto the mat, stack the forearms. Take a big breath into the back body and feel how the shoulder blades expand. Feel your belly pressing on the thighs and how the back of your rib cage expands. See if your breath can be so full that you feel opening in the pelvis, opening between the sit bones. And then on your next inhale, lift the hips up and circle them out to one side. Do a few circles, one direction with your hips. Close the eyes and notice from your fingers to your toes which joints move when you do these hip circles. And then reverse your direction. And then come to stillness in your child's pose. Take one more big breath here. And slowly walk your hands back and come over into a reclined position. Let's go this way. And hug your knees into your chest. Rock yourself back and forth. Take a couple big breaths. Exhaling, releasing anything, any tensions. Lower the feet onto the mat. Bring your arms out to the sides. And on your inhale, notice how it feels so wonderful to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, let the knees fold over to one side. And you can take your top leg if you like and extend it. Maybe you turn your head away in the opposite direction. And then just allow gravity to pull you into the twist, not putting any effort into it. And observe what parts of the body get a little more length and a little more stretch as gravity does its work. And then if your top leg is extended, bend that knee, come back to center, hug the knees into the chest, rock yourself side to side. Lower the feet on the mat, bring the arms out, and let the knees fold over to the opposite side. Stretch out the top leg if that feels good, and turn your gaze away from it. Take a nice big inhale and just exhale, let it out. Let gravity, again, do its work, opening you up in the twist. And bring your attention to those parts of the body that are feeling the opening and the stretch and the release. Bend the top knee, come back to center, hug the knees into the chest, rock yourself side to side. Maybe you want to bring the chin up to the knees for a moment, and then lay yourself long on your mat. Take a moment and squeeze the hands, feet, legs, arms, belly, scrunch the face, and then release it and let it go. Give it a little jiggle and let it come to a place that's comfortable. Just adjust the spine or shoulders, hips, palms facing up. And on your next exhale, just let yourself soften and melt into the mat. Feel the points where you contact the mat. And with each exhale, allow yourself to get a little heavier into the mat. And as you're being supported by the mat here, do a little body scan and observe the sensations starting from the feet. In your own mind's eye, just observe as you move your attention up to the ankles and the calves and throughout the body, however you feel, whatever progression you want to do. And as you get to an area and maybe you feel some tension in the neck, try to release that. Maybe it's in the shoulders. Notice if you can tap into some internal vibration and what that frequency feels like for you. And then allow your breath to lengthen and wiggle the fingers and toes a little bit. And reach your arms long over your head. Take a nice big inhale and stretch the fingers and arms and hands long. And let yourself roll over to your right side and cradle your head in your arm for a moment and bring your knees up. So you're like in a fetal position. And take a breath or two here. And then when you're ready, slowly work your way up to a seated position with your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. And gently bow your chin, honoring yourself today for taking the time to really tap into how you're feeling physically. And know that that will transfer to how you shine your light out into the world. Tapping into our emotions, tapping into those feelings helps us to shine our best and brightest self. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have to head off on your day, have a wonderful day. And if you can stay for a few moments of meditation, feel free to stay on your mat. And just bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up, and bring your index finger and thumb touching. And then close your eyes. And first start with feeling your sit bones contacting the mat. And observe that sensation grounding down here. And imagine from your tailbone and from your sit bones that roots are growing down into the earth to help stabilize you. Imagine them growing out and expanding and creating more stability. And notice that your seat doesn't get pulled down further, but just feels more grounded and rooted. And then observe the spine and imagine a little sprout starting to slowly grow up the spine as you draw energy up through the spine. Slowly, this little sprout unfurls up through the back body, rolling up through the neck, up through the crown of the head, reaching out towards the sunlight. And as it comes out through the crown of your head, it starts to spread wide and unfurl into the sunlight. And as you sit on your mat, notice that warm sunlight coming down. Try to feel that on your face, on your body, soothing you. And all those branches and leaves or flowers, whatever you envision coming out through the crown of your head, drawing in that positive energy, that love and that light, and drawing it back down through the spine, nourishing the body, and extending into the roots so it can draw energy from that grounded, stable place. Imagine breathing in that positive energy from the sunlight and the universe around you, and feel that energy come in through the nose, down the spine, down into your root chakra. And then as you exhale, flowing right back out. So it's just a matter of give and take. A beautiful cooperation of giving and receiving that energy, that life force that lies within us and all around us. Bring your hands on top of your heart center, one over the other. And breathe your breath here deep into this heart center, filling it up. And on your exhale, imagine it just going right out through the crown of your head, sending out to all those around you who you love and you interact with. And that with each breath, more comes back into your heart center, making that grow and shine brighter and bigger with each inhale. And then on your next inhale, open the arms wide, lift your gaze, spread your fingers. Exhale, round back in, hug yourself, tuck the chin. Inhale, open the arms, lift the gaze, raise the cheekbones. Exhale, cross the arms the opposite way, hug in. Inhale, reach the arms up high to the sky, spread the fingertips wide, raise the cheekbones, hold here for a moment. And as you breathe with the fingers really extended, feel the energy drawing down the arms into the heart center. And on your next inhale, capture that, bring the hands to heart center, gently bow the chin. Notice and observe just how the feelings and sensations in the body and the mind. And then slowly and gently flutter the eyes open. The light in me bows to the light in you. I wish you a wonderful day and want to remind you to take moments, take pause to just observe how your body and your mind are feeling before you go and do different things. Maybe if you're going off to exercise, pause for a moment. Or if you're sitting down to eat your breakfast, pause for a moment and tap into how you're feeling. And that can help you lead your day in a really positive way. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you, Dion. I definitely needed it.
Oh, beautiful.